Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories behind financial statements, even when they're meant to be a bit confusing. Get ready, because today we are peeling back the layers on a very interesting announcement from the USCA All-Terrain Fund. Instead of a deep dive into future growth, this report is all about, well, the end of the road for this particular fund. Before we dive into the details, if you like getting clear, jargon-free breakdowns of important financial documents, hit that subscribe button and make sure you join our Discord community, linked down in the description. It's where we chat about these reports and so much more. So, what is the big news? The USA All-Terrain Fund, a name that sounds like it could conquer any market, has decided to wind down operations. That essentially means they are closing up shop and getting ready to return all the money they have to the investors. The decision made by the Board of Trustees came about because they believe it is the best move for the fund shareholders. They are immediately stopping any new investments into the fund and will no longer be trying to achieve their stated investment goals. Think of it like a shop closing its doors for good. Now, how will this actually happen for investors? The fund plans to make two main payments, or redemptions as they're called. The first one is scheduled for early next year, around February 2026. This payment is expected to be a big chunk, at least 90% of what investors have in the fund. It will be divided up fairly among everyone who owns shares at that time. After that first big payout, there will be a final distribution. This will happen once the fund has finished selling off all its investments and has settled all its final bills. The goal is to get this last payment out to shareholders no later than the 30th of June 2026. This second and final distribution will essentially cancel out all the remaining shares, marking the complete end of the fund. Now here is where things can get a little tricky. The fund mentions that some of its investments might be in what they call illiquid securities. This means they are not easily bought or sold on public markets like stocks are. Because of this, the fund might have trouble selling these investments quickly or at a good price. They could end up selling them for much less than they originally paid, which could affect the final amount investors get back. They also have the option to return money in different ways. Usually you get cash back, but sometimes funds can give back actual investments known as distributions in kind. This means instead of cash, you might receive a piece of a company's stock or another asset that the fund held. The fund managers get to decide what gets distributed this way, and it will be valued based on how it was recently appraised. However, if an investor can't legally own what is being given in kind because of certain regulations, they'll receive cash instead. The fund wants to be upfront that while they are aiming to have everything wrapped up by the 30th of June 2026, there is no absolute guarantee. Business can be unpredictable and market conditions can change. But their target is clear. Investors should expect their shares to be fully liquidated and redeemed by that date. They also emphasize that you don't need to do anything right now. All proceeds will be sent to the address they have on file for you. So, what is my takeaway on this? For the USCA All-Terrain Fund, the story isn't about future performance or market domination. It is about a managed exit. The primary goal now is to return capital to investors in an orderly fashion. One key risk, as they pointed out, is the difficulty in liquidating potentially illiquid assets. If they are forced to sell these at a steep discount, the final payouts could be less than investors might hope for, even with the best intentions. The decision to close a fund like this often signals a shift in strategy from the management or a realization that the fund's original purpose is no longer viable or profitable in the current market landscape. It is not necessarily a bad thing, but rather a responsible step to return funds when it is no longer practical to continue. Ultimately, the USCA All-Terrain Fund is closing its doors. For investors, the key is to stay informed about those upcoming redemption dates and ensure your contact information is up to date with the fund. Alright, that is our breakdown of the USCA All-Terrain Fund's closing announcement. What are your thoughts on funds deciding to wind down? Do you see it as a positive move for investors or a sign of trouble? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community. It is a great place to connect with other curious minds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.